Welcome to Industry Champions. I'm your host, Chris Budihas, and joining me here in the studio is Melissa Pearson with Avowal 119. Melissa, how are you doing?
Good. How are you
So
doing?
good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So, Avowal 119, what is this organization? What is this company?
What is this company?
Yeah.
So, we all wear jewelry, so why not make it meaningful? So,
Yeah.
Avowal 119 is numerical jewelry. It is to represent your story.
Okay.
It comes from the fact that human trafficking statistics are really overwhelming,
Yeah.
and we kind of forget that behind every number is a person, a face, and a story. Just like we have stories, they have stories. And so what I did is I created a interchangeable jewelry line where you can represent your story. People will wonder, what are you wearing around your neck? You get a chance to conversate, to talk. And they're like, oh, that's really awesome. Where'd you get it from? Avowal 119. And they can say that we are launching this fall the foundation where we're going to give trade school scholarships to survivors of human trafficking.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we will have a trade deficit in the United States. That's not...
we know that.
We know that. People are retiring and stuff. So, and AI is not going to take over electricity, the plumbing, like all the things. You know, I technically come from a trade myself. I went to X-ray school.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
And I built my way up. I work for the medical industry now. So, like, I think where you get started is, that's where you're going to finish. But, you know, starting somewhere, you got to start somewhere.
So what was the impetus that got you into this space?
So as a young adult, I used to go to a thing called Passion. It's out in Atlanta. It's a conference. And they used to teach us about human trafficking. It was so overwhelming, especially as a young adult, because the statistics and the numbers were really numbing. But then
How big of an issue is it? Because I don't think the American population really understands it.
Yeah, it's happening everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, we're in Florida. We're ranked number 3 out of the United States, with Texas and California following ahead of us. So we're a peninsula. Anywhere where there is able to be movement for people to be moved and stuff, we have, what is that, 295? I'm starting to learn my roads. Yeah.
1075 corridors and I-4 corridor.
Yep. So, And so if you can move people, like, it's an issue.
Yeah. That's terrible. And so with Avowal, so your portions of this is going towards a nonprofit.
Yes.
Is it a specific nonprofit or is it multiple?
So it's called the Avowal 119 Foundation. And I will be launching that this fall. It's already federally approved. It's just I haven't officially launched it. But I've also been working we have amazing organizations here in Jacksonville. We have Arise Together, Hadassah's Hope, Rethreaded. Those are the top 3 that I work the most with.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And so they deal with intake. They deal with restorative care. They deal with giving survivors jobs. And so I'm just coming along, not trying to compete, or just coming along to just help unify and help to be, like, if their survivor wants to come and have a scholarship, being able to provide the means, and then restorative care efforts too, which looks like therapy. Could look at, gas or rent. Just depends on, like, how much resources we have is how much we're able to help.
Wow. Did you see much of this issue in the healthcare industry when you were in the hospital or
so actually there is statistically that survivors of human trafficking will come into contact with a healthcare provider.
Okay.
And so but sometimes it gets mixed up between domestic abuse, things like that. So to know the difference in the signs, if someone isn't allowing them to speak for themselves, that they're looking like they're being controlled, if they don't remember where they live, those are things that you should know your address, when you're an adult and stuff. So
yeah, my son's fiance, she works at an emergency room here in the Panhandle, and she says they get training, maybe not as much as they should, but they're looking for those indicators because it occurs, right? And then many times they come in and try to get out, get their the person they're trafficking seen for whatever the issue is, and then get them on the street again. So let's talk more about the jewelry. So we got the jewelry here. How do folks find the jewelry? Are you on a website?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, kind of. And I have a website. Yeah. So it's avowal119.com.
Okay.
You can order there. I have this thing where you can, like, build your own necklace. And then when you go to the checkout, there's an embedded discount. So that falls off. And then they're able, you can do local pickup or I can ship it.
Okay. What are some of the options? So I see we got gold and we got silver.
Yep. So I have gold and silver. They're titanium steel cores with 18 karat and platinum plated. I have 0 through 9. And then I also have a colon. So if you want to make it like a Bible verse, verse.
Yeah.
My verse for the longest time was Psalm 20, verse 4.
Okay.
May the Lord grant all the desires of your heart and make all your plans succeed. I was able to say, I had to go through a season where the Lord had to refine my heart to give me those desires. So, and it's kind of, this is where that's been birthed from.
Yeah, yeah. And I've seen a number of them have the 904, so we got the area code on here. So
Yes.
just in time for Jaguars to take the field.
Yes.
So any of them popular, or what's the go-to? Or
The go-to honestly is like people pick their story and stuff. So I've had a lot of birth years, and I've had some people like where they have picked a couple numbers, and if you look at it, it doesn't really make sense, but each of those numbers represents something to them.
Yeah.
So it could be one represents a child, one represents like a wedding date, or one, something like that, like a milestone.
Like
I mean, so like the sky's the limit. The cool thing is if you pick some numbers and you decide you want to change it, you can. They slide on and off.
I was going to ask, so it's interchangeable. So, you want to change with the seasons as my mother would, you can make those modifications. And then online, just go through and then order, and then you'll ship or
and I do pop-ups around town. So if you follow us on social media, this Saturday we're doing a Pilates thing in the park. So
where's that going to be located?
Actually, I'm not sure exactly where it's at. Yeah, I gotta look.
But just show up.
It's Casey
Follow
Jax.
you
Yes,
on social media.
Follow me on social media. I'll be posting about it.
Okay.
It was a last minute invite, so I'm going there Saturday, and then I'm part of a Waves collective, and so I'm always there. It's a divorce care ministry. And so,
tell us more about that.
Yeah, so my friend Ruby Cotty, she just wrote a book, and it's kind of like a workbook to help people navigating divorce. Rather, you've been through divorce, a friend, a family member, and she's created this once a month meeting to where we can get together and just be able to heal.
That's wonderful.
And have community.
Yeah. You're dealing with a relationship that broke up with the person you love the most. That can be, very difficult, especially trying to navigate, that space. So folks that are out there are willing to kind of, support and give advice that could be helpful, I can imagine.
Yes.
That's huge. Well, anything that you want to bring up before we close out, Melissa?
No, I just want to say, human trafficking, it can feel very overwhelming, but ordinary people, they can do extraordinary things when moved with compassion. There's nothing special about me. I just was moved by a survivor story, and then it came from partnering with a local organization to hosting Walks for Freedom, to then eventually the Lord giving me this idea for a jewelry company. And so it's just your obedience and you're willing to just, your yes, to give them your yes. So if you're, sometimes people don't want to get involved because they don't feel like they're going to make a difference. And if all the people that thought that would get together and do something,
change their world.
It would change their world.
Literally.
Yeah. And we have a Northeast Florida Human Trafficking Coalition. It's a local thing here to Jacksonville and the Northeast Florida. You can become an ambassador. There is an Instagram that I can share with you guys.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah. And we can tag it in here, and you can apply, and then you can come to the meetings and see of ways to get involved.
Can you just Google it and
they
find
can
the
Google
website?
it too.
Yeah.
But I don't think they have a website. They just
Okay.
I kind of run the Instagram. That's on Facebook too.
I'll tell you what we'll do is give you an invite to come back, and then we'll spend some time talking about that, and then spread the word. I mean, we really need to unpack this subject. It has this problem with human trafficking is not getting better; it's actually getting worse.
Yes.
As I watch this in this space myself, to think it's at the community level, at the micro community level, by the townships within the city. Then it's a city level issue, then it's global. So how are we all going to collectively work in the space? Because it's brutal, it's nasty, and it affects all ages. From very young to even the older folks out there. So my time across Africa and the Middle East, unfortunately, I've seen it at all ages, and we need to do something about it. So Melissa, thanks
and that's
for
why
that.
I wore the 904 today, because I do believe that Jacksonville is a unique community. And I think when we all band together and just watch out for our spheres of influence and places, we can make Jacksonville a safe place.
Well, thank you very much.
Welcome.
All right. Hey, folks, take a look at our contact information, see what Melissa's doing. Check out Avowal 119. Definitely can use your support. You got a great product. Number one, you got a great product. Number two, you're supporting a great organizations or a series of organizations that are taking a bite out of human trafficking. So we'll see our next segment. A little bit of gratitude.